Good evening. DHS Secretary Mark Wayne Mullen is in Alaska and visiting the Customs and Border Patrol cargo screening facility this morning.
Our political reporter Will Courtney was with the secretary this morning, so we go to Will now for that report.
Over here are some of the examples of what we recently carrying across.
Washington, D.C., and Anchorage, Alaska.
These are fake IDs. These are fake IDs, sir, yes.
What brings you to Alaska?
Well, getting to see our assets up here, right? DHS has a huge footprint, and we got men and women that are scattered not just throughout the lower 48s, but in Alaska, Hawaii, and then all of our territories, and plus we're in different countries around the world. So seeing the work that they do is amazing.
And they'll put a sticker saying that U.S. Customs went through the ship.
As part of the visit, a look at the process behind catching illegal packages.
Adidas. Okay.
Are they supposed to be Adidas?
Oh, they don't say Adidas. They say shoes.
I think what you see is it's a gateway to get to the lower 48. You have Asia that ships a lot of their cargo through here, right? That's trying to get into the lower 48 and trying to get through all the Americas.
His visit also comes after GOP criticism to its approach on immigration. Months ago, former DHS Secretary Kristi Noem was fired from the position following the deaths of U.S. citizens by ICE and Border Patrol agents.
I'm not passing laws anymore, right? I have to enforce the laws, and I force the nation's laws. I don't pick and choose. But if you look at our immigration, it hasn't been truly reformed since 1959. That was the last big immigration package that we passed. We're not going to be perfect. The administration is not perfect. Congress isn't perfect. Even our courts get it wrong. But we should always strive to be better every single day. And that's what we do inside DHS, is we strive to be better every single day.
Will Courtney, Alaska's news source.
All righty, thanks for that report. And for more information on the topic, visit our website and mobile app.
Well, Alaska has one of the highest concentrations of veterans in the country, with hundreds living off the road system far from the nearest VA clinic.
U.S. Secretary of Veterans
Alaska
Affairs
has a very unique,
Doug Collins
way that
is
we
in Alaska
communicate
this
with our
week for the
veterans,
first
also
time,
because of the
spending the
assets
next
in
few
the
days
rural
in
part of it.
town halls and visiting veteran facilities. The biggest challenge, he says, is the lack of broadband internet in many communities, which is making it hard to access telemedicine and telehealth services that the VA relies on in the lower 48. Collins told us his team is trying to develop new and creative ways for rural Alaska veterans to get care, including partnering with tribal health networks and allowing veterans to access care on military bases.
Say, okay, well, there is a Indian healthcare and tribal healthcare network. How can we best fit in with what they're doing, and then also bring other new programs or new ideas and get doctors where they need to be, or nurse practitioners up where they need to be. It's always going to be a struggle. I mean, but we respect where they want to live, and that's where they're part. We're trying to get everything we can to give them what they've already earned.
Now, Collins' trip this week will not include any visits to villages. He says his focus will be on VA centers and clinics.
And transitioning now, it's nice outside. The clouds are staying away in South Central, but are we going to have to worry about this heat?
Chief Meteorologist Melissa Fry joins us now with that forecast.
Yeah, we definitely are seeing those temperatures warming, and they're going to stay warm for this week. We're going to be above average and certainly drier than what we typically expect for the second week of August. 67 right now in Anchorage, 71 in Palmer, low 70s in Fairbanks, mid 60s in Ketchikan. And you can see the areas that do have some cloud cover. It is breaking up. And those temperatures are warm across Anchorage Bowl. Midtown at 71, 72 out on Muldoon, the Camel Creek Science Center in the mid-70s. We've got 70s on the hillside and in Eagle River tonight. And again, widespread all the way to Galena, McGrath, Bethel also sitting in the 70s tonight. So high pressure really taking hold here of South Central and surrounding regions. We're seeing a few thunderstorms beginning to fire up on those higher elevations of the Copper River Basin. But otherwise, no major storms pushing into the state this week. That means more sunshine and, yes, more heat. Temperatures tonight will eventually drop into those mid-50s overnight. Briefly, that sun is back up and going with mostly sunny conditions through the afternoon tomorrow, with high temperatures again returning to those mid-60s. So again, this is a little bit above average for this time of year, and we will continue to also hold on to dry conditions. Now, while the weather is calm, we are still keeping a very close eye on the Mendenhall Valley and the glacial outburst event that is likely this week, later this week, as we are seeing that basin filling tonight. I'll have a closer look at those impacts and what you can expect along with that statewide forecast here in a few minutes.
Thank you, Melissa. Well, this week we're hearing from a father whose son died while surfing the board tide of Turnagain Arm.
I was talking to Josh on the phone. I kept just saying to him, you just got to keep working as hard as you can. You just got to keep paddling. Resources are more money.
Now that's Matt Nukovich. His son was 25-year-old Anchorage resident and paddleboarder Joshua. He died June 19th. Now, since then, there have been demands to make water rescue easier, faster, safer, but still little has changed. Agencies disagree over which department has access to the road, the water, and the air over the arm. We have that heartbreaking interview tomorrow and on our streaming services. It's this week's So We Asked. Still ahead, it's back to school across the state. And look at what Fairbanks is doing to make sure students are healthy for the new year.
All right, thanks so much, Rebecca. And construction in Anchorage's Town Square Park unearths memories, how they're returning those to their owners. Coming up right after this break.
Well, with school starting soon, there's one back-to-school checklist item that's easy to overlook, and that's your shots.
That's right. Kids have key vaccination windows when they enter kindergarten around age 11 and again at 16. And those include vaccines for measles, meningitis, and HPV, which is a cancer-preventing vaccine. Measles, still a concern with rates higher now than they were 10 to 15 years ago. Public health nurse Zach Armstrong at the Fairbanks Regional Public Health Center says tourists and travelers coming into Alaska only add to that risk.
Measles is very contagious. So if you are not vaccinated against that from childhood, then you may be exposed. And kids especially, they're more susceptible to getting really sick from measles. So just with how much influx we have of people, tourists, things like that, it's always a good idea to have the recommended vaccines.
Chief Andrew Isaac Medical Center is also hosting back-to-school clinics until August 25th. The next clinic, Wednesday, from 5 to 7:30 p.m.
And back in Anchorage, the reconstruction of Town Square Park is unearthing some old memories.
Commemorative bricks once laid at the park are being dug up and returned to their owners. That's only, though, if you can remember where they were placed.
Oh, guess what? Yay! There it is! I found it! Yay!
Every Monday, Thursday, and Saturday from now until October, the municipality is allowing people to go on a hunt to pick up their part of Anchorage history. That's in Mountain View. Bricks that survived removal are sorted based on where they were located in the park and divided onto pallets that can hold up to 1,000 bricks. So if you're looking for your bricks, you can dig through each pile or use the Parks and Rec photo albums. Very cool.
And coming back after the break, we're going to take a look at that 7-day forecast, show you how much warmer those temperatures get this week. But first, here's a look at those daylight hours on your Monday evening.
Thanks for listening. Click subscribe so you can get the latest podcast from Alaska's news source automatically. And stay up to date with breaking news and in-depth reporting available for free 24/7 with the Alaska's news source app.